everyone. So today I'm joined by the Chief Commercial Officer for Delhi International Airport, Puskar Nath Thakur. Thank you so much for joining me. So, would you mind just telling us a bit about your role and what it means for Delhi International Airport?
Sure. So under this role, I look after the aeronautical business for Delhi International Airport, which covers the airline marketing, route development in terms of which airlines and how many passengers are we targeting, how are we looking at the growth in the passenger numbers. Second part is the cargo business, which includes the cargo terminals which are operating and other cargo-related businesses that we can do at Delhi International Airport. And third is on the aviation ancillary businesses, which includes in-flight kitchen, ground handling, flare farm, line maintenance, all of that. Mm-hmm. So, how do we ensure growth for all of this?
How is business going for the airport, and how are you looking to strengthen your aeronautical revenues?
Sure. So business has recovered quite well for Delhi Airport. Pre-COVID, we had peaked at about 69 million passengers in the financial year 2019, ending March 19. In the financial year 2020, we would have done somewhat better, but except that the last 3 months got impacted by COVID, and hence we did about 67 million. Mm-hmm. But the recent financial year, which we have closed March 23, that is where we have done 65.3 million. Mm-hmm. So we are almost there in terms of recovering, and the domestic recovery has been better. Mm-hmm. We are hoping for, let's say, China and Afghanistan, a few Asian markets to do somewhat better, to open up and do better, mm-hmm. so that the international recovery is also better. And overall, we are hoping that this financial year, we should be able to cross our pre-COVID numbers.
Mm-hmm. So are there any businesses and marketing strategies that you are looking to put in place for the airport?
Yeah, so in terms of strategies as to how do we grow, we are keeping track of three different things. One is about what are the passenger preferences, what is the passenger demographics, and how are the passenger profiles evolving. What kind of new services and offerings we need to come out for our passengers so that they feel this journey to be smooth and convenient when they are at Delhi Airport. The second is about the capacities that need to be brought on so that the demand gets properly mm-hmm. addressed. Mm-hmm. So right now we are at about 74 million capacity. Mm-hmm. There is an expansion plan which is already under implementation. With that, we will cross 100 million as the capacity. Mm-hmm. And this is expected to get over in this year end itself. The September-October month is when we are looking at completing that. With that, the capacity to address the future growth of the airport will always be there. We are also keeping track of the airline landscape in India because that's in a slightly transient phase as of now. From an earlier landscape which was dominated by one carrier, we are moving into a second phase where there are two dominant carriers operating. And those two dominant carriers have their own aspirations of growth and their own ways of looking at the business. One is a predominant LCC, other is a mix of FSC and LCC. So they have their own ways of looking at the passenger growth, expectations of their own destinations that they are aspiring for, and how Delhi can work closely with both of the airlines and anchor them at Delhi Airport. So that's what we are focusing on. Mm-hmm. And the landscape keeps evolving. Recently there has been a unfortunate development with one of the carriers which has reached out to the insolvency board. Mm-hmm. So we need to come out with continuously new approaches, new thoughts and new strategies rather than look at the past as to what was done and can we replicate something from there. Mm-hmm. So that's our current focus.
And finally, what is keeping you up at night?
It's I would say nothing at all. In terms of when I hit the bed, the sleep just takes over me. But that jokes apart, we are dealing with a set of happy problems, I would say. And when I say happy problems, it means that there is demand. There is ask for more and more capacities to come in, and it's always good for an airport of the stature that Delhi is already at. We are recognized as the National Capital Airport. Recently, ACI in this list had declared Delhi as the 9th busiest airport for the calendar year 2022. If I just give you a context of where we land, so almost 70 airports fall within the 1 to 1.5 hour reach of Delhi Airport. Mm-hmm. So we are acting as the hub not just for the country, it's also for the neighboring countries, the South Asia, as I say, which includes, let's say, Nepal, Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, some neighboring countries. And the focus is that from here, how do we grow further? So our route development strategy is also looking at more and more long hauls to come. We are kind of well spread in our short and medium haul network. But the focus is to connect, let's say, farther Europe, farther US, and then let's say Australia and the Far East. And that's where, I mean, this event where we are, that has been helpful to us. We have been able to connect with some desired carriers and the desired airports that we are trying to partner with. And the ask, from those airports and airlines is also about, if you are looking at long haul flights to happen, how do you ensure the right feeds to come in? How do you ensure the transfer product to be strong enough so that the long haul operations are viable? On that side, this part of happy problems is to do how do we look at our transfer capacities to go further. So whether it is international to international, domestic to domestic, domestic to international, and vice versa, there has been enhancements done in all of these segments. Somewhere it's doubling of capacity, somewhere it's more passenger amenities which have come in. And with that, the transfer capacity of the airport has also significantly moved up. That is what we are pitching to our long haul carriers, that we can get you the right feeds, we can get you the right slot banks, we can get you the right capacities, and that's how you should look at Delhi going further. We have received some quite positive responses. We do hope to get more and more long haul connectivities and take our stature further up from where we are.
Okay, well, all the best with that.